boys. My name is Lawrence, and in this G.I. Joe, a Real American Hero classic review, we're going to be taking a look at Lady Jaye. And then we're going to be going over her. Now, this is one of my originals. Somehow I ended up with two. I believe I only have one at this point. She is complete along with her her flimsy javelin. Yes, people, Hasbro had flimsy weapons even back in the 80s. It's nothing new, but we're going to take a look at everything that she does come with. Her color, her look, her camcorder, which was actually really, really cool. But anyway, we're going to get into this figure, and I know what you're thinking. Hey, if you're doing this, are we going to get Flint? Oh, you're in luck, because guess what video's coming after this one? Anyway, we're going to take a look at her. We're going to go over. You know, there are people that have made fun of the classified Lady Jaye, that she doesn't look that good. I hate to break the news that this is one of the ugliest. This is one of the ugliest figures they ever made. So the classified one is 10 times better looking than this. But anyway, tell me a story. Did you have her and Flint together? Was it something that's like, hey, these two had to be together? They were always together. I'd love to hear your stories, because it's what makes our lore. It's not just what Larry Hama wrote in the G.I. Joe, A Real American Hero. It's definitely not what Sumbo did, although some people do look at that as the lore. It's also our headcanon, man. We made so much stuff real in that. So anyway, tell me a story, but before we do, let's take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classic review. Alright, so here is our Lady Jaye. I keep wanting to say cover girl. It is not Lady Jaye. But anyway, as you can see, she is fully assembled. And this is my original figure. She's in really good shape, which means I probably didn't play with her all that much. So I always like to start off with the accessories, because I do think she has some really nice accessories. So we'll start off with the backpack, and it's just a nice green back. Again, you can see 3 little clasps for the belt buckles that's holding down all their different pouches. I'm not really sure what that is right there, but you can see the detail in it. You know, when you're looking at it, it makes it look like it's wrinkled, so it is going to be a soft pack. But again, nice backpack just sitting right there. Then we get the camera, and I think everyone loved the camera. It was something different. Very soft and very pliable, all right? Again, Hasbro's been using some very soft and pliable accessories for quite some time. So as you can see, this is where you're going to, like the viewfinder that you're looking through. There's the camera, and then you have the handle. And the strap was awesome, because you look at the strap and it's very pliable, so it can wrap around, and it wasn't going to snap like all the other weapons, like Footloose's. His were going to break. And when you look here, there's some nice detail on a padding, because this is supposed to kind of hold down. Now this actually wraps right around her pretty well, so you don't have to worry about it falling off her shoulder if you don't want it to. And then we have the javelin gun. I still don't understand this. I will never understand this, but it's here. So it's clearly supposed to shoot this way, because we can see a trigger is right there. But then you still have this piece here. So it's as silly as the ferret's double rockets on the side. But as you can see here, it has a big long javelin. It obviously doesn't come out. Very pliable and flimsy, all right? But it does look pretty cool, and it's very iconic and very reminiscent of what she is supposed to have. But if you do, just so you do know, it does go this way, because the trigger is right there. Now, as for the figure that we're going to look at, let's take a look at her, and we can kind of start off with her hat. And you can see it has an insignia on it, probably her rank or whatever unit that she's in, but it has a nice hat there. All right, looks pretty good. You can see the wrinkles in it. And then you have her hair coming out. Obviously, she has short hair wrapped around the ears. And I do think they did a really good job with the hair. You get to the face sculpt, but there's a lot to be desired here. But this was the 80s, people. So we can kind of look at her eyebrows. It looks good. You got hair that's protruding from underneath the hat. The eyes are the exact same, just right across with a little dot. And then she has some lipstick. I would assume she has an undershirt on, although it looks like she doesn't. Who knows? I would assume it's just the color of her skin. Nice collar, and then you have these these loops here that are going to hold on her backpack, right? So her backpack's not going to slide over. All right, up on the chest, you can see they really put the buttons in. They really, I just find it hard to believe that that wasn't done on purpose. But you do have the nice collar and everything. You get down here, she has some rolled up sleeves going all the way down to her wonderful gloves. On this side here, I'm assuming that's part of the unit that she is in. I can't read that. I don't know if you can. I don't think it says anything. But again, when you look down here, you can see all the buckles, all the wrinkles. You know, the design on this figure is awesome. Getting down to the belt buckle, or the belt. Again, a little logo that's on her belt buckle. She has one of these dual belts, kind of wraps around. All right, and then as we go down, all the wrinkles. You got pouches on both sides. She's got a nice little silver knife here with a nice little sheath right there. Okay, and then she has her nice black boots. Again, figure has a lot of detail in it, other than the face sculpt. And again, I know we're going back, but it just wasn't the best. So, if we want to kind of arm her up, put the backpack on it, just kind of pegs right in. Oh, you know what? I forgot the articulation. So, she does have her neck that moves down, and then she looks straight side to side. You have the perfect T-pose. There's your shoulder swivel. Just a little over 90-degree elbow bend. She just turns side to side because she's an O-ring. Move forward, back. She can kick up, so if you want to sit her in something like this Vamp-style police Jeep, you can. And then she has her 90-degree knee bend. So just like every O-ring figure, I mean, their articulation is pretty much always going to be the same. So to get this thing on here, to keep it on, especially in this day and age, if you just want it, make sure you don't lose it. You just kind of pop it on like that. Maybe even put it underneath. I don't know, it doesn't really matter. But it does, again, you can look here and see how it just fits on her shoulder, and I think it fits. Actually, I think on the top looks better. But the fact that the padding is right up there. And then you just kind of take this and you slide that in there, and then you have your Lady Jaye. This thing is maybe not the best idea to try and put that on like that. And then you can just kind of stand her. And that's right. There is your G.I. Joe, a real American hero, Lady Jaye. Alright, so there you go. That is the classic review of Lady Jaye. And again, she wasn't my favorite female. She's ugly, not as ugly as CoverGirl. But there were some shows that just were not very, they weren't nice on the eyes, I guess you could say. But anyway, tell me a story about this figure. Did you like it? Did you not care? Were female figures, you know, they didn't matter to you? Again, to me, as long as it was a good figure, that's all that mattered, and that's all that I really cared. And I think most of us did, right? So anyway, tell me a little bit about this figure. Was she too green for you? Did she just kind of stand out? At least when you drop her in the grass, you didn't lose her. Anyway, tell me a little story. I love to hear that because that's what's so great about this. It's just going back in time, looking at some of the stuff, looking at the detail, and the love that was put into it. But I'm going to get out of here. But please take a second, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification so you're notified every time I drop a classic review. Now, don't go anywhere because you're like, I need more of this. And you're right, you do. Up here will be another review that I've done of the classics. And down here will be a playlist of all the classic reviews that I've done. Take care.